Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Healing Hearts. I'm your host, Jessica Holland. I just want to quickly touch base on the importance of listening to your body and not in the type of way where you see it already manifested, like, oh, you have a headache. Well, I'm listening to my body and I realized that maybe I was thinking too hard, or maybe I was around somebody that was draining me, or things of that nature. I want to talk today about some ways that you can prevent these things from even happening in the first place. And I would mainly start off by saying the thoughts that we produce on an everyday basis, those are the things that are ultimately going to be producing that result in your body. The easiest way that I can put it is that when you feel embarrassed, your face gets blushed, turns red. That is your body responding to what? A thought. Sometimes even when we get embarrassed, it's only embarrassing to us. It's not embarrassing to somebody else. The same circumstance, same situation if it happened to that individual. So whatever your thoughts are, that is the reality that you are producing for not just you, but for your body, and it's reflecting and projecting. If you are projecting it onto others, also your surroundings. And that is exactly why it is so important to just be listening to the inner dialogue. And I guess that there is a part of the population that does not have an inner dialogue. I'm not entirely sure what's up there or what they have going on up there. I mean that in the most respectful manner. But I guess there's a large percentage of the population that does not have the inner dialogue. And for the individuals that do, it is up to us to be building whatever we want in our lives. If we want to live a happier life, we can think happier thoughts or joyful thoughts because we want something beyond circumstances. And if you think about it even further, whatever that you wish to create, everything around us began as a thought. So why not you? Why would we be any different if we want to create something? It begins with thoughts. I mean, think about Thomas Edison. To create the light bulb, he used a little bit of imagination. Everybody thought he was crazy because no one had seen it before. But he thought about it, imagined it, and after failing thousands of times, he didn't go forth and quit. He said, I figured out how it didn't work. I'm still continuing to to move forward and how it's going to work. Obviously, I don't know exactly what he said, but we get the gist of the thing that's happening here. So anywho, thoughts. The thoughts that we produce in our mindset eventually reaps a harvest through our body. You get somebody that says, oh, when I'm stressed out, I break out in hives. That is a signal. And the stress got produced by what? The thoughts. Playing what if situations, playing the mind games that we play on our own. It doesn't even have to be with anybody else involved. It could just be like ourselves. If we are putting ourselves down, or if we are expecting something way beyond what we wouldn't expect from others, but we expect it from ourselves. And that's being a little harsh, a little harsh with yourself, and it might produce a little bit of stress. So there's another example of how just these thoughts manifest and come forward and show up in our bodies. And it's just really important to think about what you're thinking about. I want to bring up affirmations. I love affirmations. Yes, I know there's deeper work, and affirmations show us what what kind of blocks there might be still. So I know that some individuals think like, well, I don't believe it even when I say it. That's fine. Whenever it starts to resonate, and that is exactly when that affirmation is for you. And you can do the inner work. Isn't that the beautiful part about peeling back the layers, is that when something comes up, you begin to do the inner work. And you begin to ask yourself, well, why does that trigger me? Why does that make me feel uneasy? Why am I afraid of that? And why do I not want to do that? That's another reason why I love affirmations, not just because it can rewire your mindset and open up new avenues and pathways up here in our brain, just where it feels weird too sometimes because we're not used to thinking like that. So we can recognize the difference between like, oh, this is a block, or, oh, this is a very strange thinking because I'm not used to thinking like this type of difference. But either way, you begin planting that seed of those affirmations up there, and you can continue to see that your life is going to start changing. You're going to begin to recognize different situations because, once again, of the thoughts. And you might start to feel better. I love affirmations that rhyme. It's easier to remember. And it depends. If you love meditation and if you love a good self-hypnosis, you can even program yourself to feel certain emotions and feelings with a code. I know for me, when I think of 333, it just brings joy. I programmed through a meditation and a self-hypnosis that to become more joyful. So if I am seeing myself, in a stressful situation, I begin to take a deep breath and I think 333. I say it out loud, or I can just, if I'm in the elevator, I'll just think about it, and it just literally produces just that joy. Life is good when you realize how powerful your mind is and what you can do to not just grow, but produce results in your life. You're going to be like, wow, this is me. Wow, this is amazing. And yes, it is you. But yeah, so just take in consideration the importance of what kind of thoughts that you are thinking, because they are producing not just a sensation in your body, but they are producing actual reactions in your body. You might not see them today, but you don't want to see them as back pain tomorrow. Join me next time on Healing Hearts.